I'm just about to enter the Tegel forest, which is one of the biggest forest areas within the city boundaries of Berlin. And I'm visiting two old ladies today. One is the oldest tree in Berlin, and the other one is the tallest tree in Berlin. And this video also is about two dimensions which really matter, in my opinion, concerning our personal growth. When our children were smaller, every time we were visiting my parents in Munich, there was this door frame in the bathroom, and at this door frame, my mother would always draw a line for every child above their head, measuring how tall they had become. And to our children, it was always so exciting to see if they had really grown since their last visit. While we were having breakfast this morning, Vanessa shared with me a memory about an instance where we were visiting my parents again, and they had been measured the day before, and the next morning she would get up and run to my mother and told her to measure her again. And my mother told her, look, you've been here for only one day, you did not really grow within this one day. And she was so confused, she was so puzzled how it would be possible that she did not grow in a day's time. The Burgsdorf larch tree is a tree within this forest, and it was planted in 1795 by a man called Friedrich August Ludwig von Burgsdorf. And he was the Royal Prussian forest manager. And since the year 1795 until the year 1930, this tree grew in size every single year, up to a height of 45 meters. After that, the tree did not continue to grow in height, but still it would continue to grow in diameter every single year. When it comes to our personal growth, what would you suggest? What would be some variables we could agree upon how to measure our personal progress and growth? The city of Berlin was founded in 1237. And the second tree I'm visiting today is called the Big Mary. And this tree is 850 to 900 years old, which means it is older than the city of Berlin itself. Knights in the Middle Ages would pass by this tree. The famous author and poet Johann Wolfgang von Goethe would visit this tree. And the name derives from two brothers, Wilhelm and Alexander von Humboldt. They are these world-known botanics, natural scientists, world travelers who would make it all the way to the Galapagos Islands. And they grew up in this area. And as young men, they would take walks in this forest. And passing by this tree, the tree reminded them of a cook in their house. And that's how they came up with the name, the Big Mary. For centuries now, these two trees have been attracting men and women in this area in an almost magical way. And somehow it seems to be in us humans to really look for something which is far bigger than ourselves, and to get in touch with something which has been there long before we ever were around, and which will continue to be there even after our own lifetime. And I think it's good and it's a healthy thing to be striving for something big, be striving for something which is so far beyond ourselves. Being a Christian means to follow Christ, to strive to become more like Christ. And I'm not talking about the Christ from church paintings or some tacky ideas about Christ. I mean the Christ who is described in the New Testament. Somebody who, in character, is so far ahead of who I am. Somebody so far ahead when it comes to being patient, being clear, having an inner strength and a confidence in the way he would love other people and serve other people. And I think it's good for me as a human being to really aim high and really look for something which is so far beyond who I am already in this place. So there is a vertical aspect to our personal growth, and it's good to shoot high, aim high. But at the same time, there's a horizontal aspect in our growth. We're constantly comparing ourselves to other human beings around us. But it would not be useful to constantly compare all these trees in this forest to the Big Mary or the Burgdorf larch tree. The only useful measurement is for every single tree to consider his personal progression compared to what he was a year ago. Our children had a lot of joy looking for their personal development compared to who they were a few months ago upon the last visit of my parents. In the same way, I think it's useful for us to not compare ourselves to who someone else is today, but to compare ourselves to who we were yesterday. And we can draw a lot of joy and confidence from perceiving progression for ourselves, and to always be one step better than who we were yesterday. Have a great week.